Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into one of the most incredible matchups in the entire animal kingdom, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps us bring you more content about nature's most extreme survivors. Now I want you to picture a battle for the ages. In one corner we have the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, a creature so massive it defies imagination. In the other corner, we have a microscopic marvel, an animal so tough it can survive the vacuum of space. What could these two creatures, the blue whale and the tardigrade, possibly have in common? On the surface, absolutely nothing. One is the largest animal to have ever lived. The other is so small you need a microscope just to see it. It's a classic tale of David versus Goliath, but on a scale that is almost impossible to comprehend. The blue whale is a creature of the immense open ocean. Its world is a three-dimensional expanse of salt water, stretching for thousands of miles in every direction. These gentle giants are found in every ocean on the planet: frigid, icy waters of the Arctic and Antarctic, warmer tropical seas near the equator. In stark contrast, the tardigrade's habitat is defined by its microscopic scale. You can find these creatures almost anywhere on Earth, yet their entire world might exist in a single drop of water clinging to a patch of moss. They live in the thin film of moisture found on lichens and mosses, in soil, in leaf litter, and in freshwater and marine sediments. The blue whale's strategy is one of expertise and scale. It has evolved to be the ultimate long-distance traveler and filter feeder of the ocean. The tardigrade, on the other hand, employs a strategy of extreme resilience through a state of suspended animation known as cryptobiosis. When conditions become life-threatening, the tardigrade curls into a desiccated, lifeless-looking ball called a tun. Let's talk numbers. Blue whales are the largest animals on Earth, reaching up to 98 feet or 30 meters long. They can weigh up to 200 tons. A creature whose heart is the size of a small car. Its tongue alone can weigh as much as an elephant. Tardigrades are microscopic, measuring about 0.3 to 0.5 millimeters. They weigh about 0.01 milligrams. The sheer absurdity of this comparison is what makes it so fascinating. We are pitting the absolute pinnacle of biological size against the undisputed champion of resilience. The reproductive life of a blue whale is a slow, deliberate, and monumental affair. After a long gestation period of about 10 to 12 months, a female gives birth to a single calf. This is no small baby. A newborn blue whale is already one of the largest animals on the planet, measuring about 7 meters long and weighing up to 3 tons. The tardigrade's reproductive strategy is the complete opposite: fast, efficient, and often prolific. Tardigrades can reproduce sexually and asexually, depending on the species and environmental conditions. In asexual reproduction, a female can produce offspring without a male, laying eggs that hatch into genetically identical clones. When tardigrades reproduce, they lay tiny eggs, sometimes up to 30. The blue whale is a bulk feeder on a colossal scale. Despite being the largest animal on Earth, it survives by eating some of the smallest. Its diet consists almost exclusively of krill. To eat, the blue whale employs a technique called lunge feeding, opening its gigantic mouth to engulf up to 110 tons of water in a single gulp. The tardigrade's diet is as miniature as its body. These microscopic animals are fluid feeders. They have sharp, needle-like stylets that pierce the cells of their food. Once the cell wall is punctured, a muscular pharynx sucks out the nutrient-rich contents. Some tardigrades are herbivores, feeding on algae and mosses. Others are carnivores, preying on bacteria, rotifers, and even other smaller tardigrades. The most extraordinary aspect of the tardigrade's metabolism is not what it does when active, but what it does when it's not. During cryptobiosis, its metabolic activity drops to almost undetectable levels. By shutting down biological processes, it ceases to age and becomes impervious to environmental stresses that would destroy an active organism. The blue whale moves with a slow, majestic grace that belies its incredible power. Its primary mode of propulsion comes from its enormous horizontal tail, known as flukes. Despite their immense size, blue whales are surprisingly streamlined. They typically cruise at about 5 miles per hour, but can burst to speeds of over 20 miles per hour when needed. Their large pectoral flippers are used for steering and stability. The tardigrade's movement is much less graceful. It lumbers along on 8 short, stubby legs that are tipped with claws or sucking discs. Its slow, clumsy gait is what earned it the nickname water bear, as it resembles a tiny multi-legged bear crawling through the undergrowth. While it may seem slow and plodding, this method of movement is perfectly suited for crawling through the complex, watery films of its habitat. For an animal of its size, the blue whale has very few natural predators. A healthy adult blue whale is simply too large, powerful, and fast for any predator to take down. The tardigrade's defense mechanism is not physical, but biochemical and physiological. Its ultimate defense is its ability to enter the ton state. When faced with a threat, the tardigrade's response is to shut down and become nearly indestructible. The blue whale is a creature of specific, albeit vast, environmental conditions. It tolerates a wide range of ocean temperatures from near-freezing polar waters to balmy tropical seas, but it cannot survive outside the ocean. Its tolerance is broad in the marine realm yet sharply limited beyond it. The tardigrade, by contrast, pushes the boundaries of life. In its dormant ton state, it becomes nearly indestructible, survives down to 272 degrees C near absolute zero, survives up to plus 150 degrees C for short periods, endures pressures far beyond deep-sea trenches, withstands radiation hundreds of times lethal to humans. This hardiness gives tardigrades an almost complete global reach. Found on every continent from the highest mountains to the deepest seas, in deserts, rainforests, polar ice sheets, and even suburban backyards. Wherever there's even temporary water, you can likely find tardigrades. Scientists are deeply fascinated by the blue whale because it's the largest animal to have ever existed. Studying its biology gives insights into the absolute physical limits of life. Blue whales are key indicators of ocean health, and their complex vocalizations are a major research area. The scientific obsession with tardigrades comes from their unbelievable resilience. These tiny creatures hold keys to surviving extreme environments. Scientists discovered unique proteins that form a glass-like protective matrix inside cells when dry, preventing cellular structures from collapsing. This research has profound implications for technology and medicine. Understanding this could revolutionize how we store and transport vaccines, blood, and organs. If we apply tardigrade methods, vaccines could be stable at room temperature, making them far easier to distribute in remote areas. The evolutionary journey of the blue whale is a story of a dramatic return to the sea. The ancestors of all whales were land-dwelling mammals, dog-sized creatures that lived around 50 million years ago. Over millions of years, these animals gradually adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. However, this magnificent giant faces significant modern threats, almost all caused by humans. Commercial whaling pushed the species to the brink of extinction, wiping out up to 99% of the population before a global ban in 1966. Today, their primary threats are ship strikes, entanglement in fishing gear, and ocean noise pollution. Tardigrades are true evolutionary survivors with an ancient lineage stretching back hundreds of millions of years. Fossilized tardigrades found in Cretaceous period amber look remarkably similar to modern tardigrades. Given their resilience and global distribution, tardigrades as a group are not considered threatened. In the end, the comparison between the tardigrade and the blue whale reveals two profoundly different, yet equally valid definitions of strength. The blue whale embodies the strength of grandeur, a monument of flesh and blood that achieves success by becoming the biggest and most powerful in its domain. The tardigrade symbolizes the strength of resilience, a triumph of endurance over force. Its strength is not in size or power but in its ability to yield, to retreat, to persist against impossible odds. It does not conquer its environment, it endures it. These two creatures show the beautiful diversity of evolutionary solutions. There is no single best way to survive. Life has explored countless paths. One path leads to the blue whale, a gentle wandering giant of the oceans. Another path leads to the tardigrade, biochemical wizardry and refusal to die. They are powerful symbols for us. The blue whale reminds us of the magnificence of the natural world and our responsibility to protect it. The tardigrade offers inspiration, showing the power of persistence and hidden strength in the smallest corners of our world. Thanks again for joining us on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed learning about these amazing animals, please don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. We'll see you next time.